This is Dennis. He's divorced and says that women like his hairy chest. We showed him videotapes of these 3 single women, and he picked one as his date. Which one did he choose? Which will our audience choose? And this is Louis. He wants a woman who's the same as he is, except he wants her stacked. Which of these women did he choose? Which will our audience choose? Today on Love Connection, you'll find out who they picked, who the audience picks, and everything that happened on their date. Now, here to tell us more about Love Connection is our host, Chuck Woolery.
Thank you, Rod. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. Welcome to the show. You know, there are more than 60 million single adults in the United States, so here on Love Connection, we've got a new way for singles to meet. And here's how it works. We've compiled a videotape library of hundreds of attractive and available single people. We select some of those singles, and we show them 3 videotapes. Now, after they watch the tapes, they choose the one that they're most attracted to and go out on a date. Then they come here and they tell us what happened on their date. So to begin with, let's meet a man who selected a date from our video library. Now, he was raised in the Midwest, and among other things, loves to go to the beach and be all together, so he says. Please welcome Dennis Byro. Dennis? Hey, Dennis.
Fine.
You love to go to the beach and the all together.
Uh-huh.
I'm assuming that means the el nudo.
You got it. Yes, it is.
You do that very often, Dennis?
Whenever I can, weather permitting and so forth, yes.
You ever you ever take your dates to a nude
I
beach?
have been known to do so from time to time.
What do they do? How do they... Give me some reactions from ladies that should show up at
first
nude
of all,
beach.
they have to know where their head's coming from.
And not only that.
Well, if that works out that way, fine. That's not the reason I take them there.
Why do you take them there?
If they think there's something they would like to try, it's different, and they're open-minded, and their head's in the right place. They feel comfortable with it, fine. We'll do so.
Okie dokie. We're going to show you a portion of tapes that Dennis saw, okay? Now, watch very closely because you're going to get to vote again. First, there was Lorraine. Now, she likes to dance, ski, and play the guitar. Here's what she has to say about dating.
I love dating. I have met the most marvelous people. And for me, it's been a very enlightening experience. I'm learning about different men's personalities and characters, and I see that they're not all the same as my former husband is.
Next, there was Cheryl. Now, she says that she works hard, plays hard, and she loves to grow a flower. Here's what she has to say to us.
It's always worked for me to get in the mood for romance, to have a few drinks, to relax, and to listen to romantic music, perhaps dance, because you hold each other and you get a feeling of what it's like to be touching.
Finally, there was Patty. Now, she says she's a very strong lady. She likes rodeos, and here's why she dates a lot of different men.
I find that I have many diversified needs, and I have not ever found one person who can totally fulfill all those needs. Therefore, at times I date different gentlemen, and I have a different person for a different need.
Okay, now before we find out who fills Dennis' needs and find out who his date is and all that kind of stuff, before the audience selects, let's take a look at these 3 and see them all over again, okay? First, there was Lorraine. She's 37, and she works as an exercise instructor. Then there's Cheryl. She's an executive secretary, and she's 35 years old. And finally, Patty, who's a 39-year-old sales representative. Okay, audience, it's up to you now. You're going to get to vote. Who do you think's the best lady for Dennis? Here in the studio and at home, too. Please make your choice right now. Okay, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to find out who you selected and everything that happened on their date. We'll be right back. We're going to find out who the audience picked a little later, but let's find out who Dennis chose right now, okay? Dennis, who'd you pick?
I chose Cheryl.
Cheryl. Okay? We always say on Love Connection, we always hear both sides of the story. Everybody seems to be in agreement with you here. At least most of them. We'll find out later. Let's say hello to Cheryl Ausdall, I guess. Ausdall, is that right? Ausdall. I was close. I'm going to talk to you in just a minute, Cheryl. Hold on just a minute, okay? Why did you pick her?
She came across very sexy and very sensual, and I love that in a woman, and her voice was just a turn on to me. Very pretty.
Okay, Dennis. All right. Cheryl, what did you think the first time you saw Dennis? Very first time.
I was impressed. I thought he was handsome and neat, clean. I was glad that he was there. He was a little bit late.
Oh, I see. Okay. Tell us what happened on your date, Dennis.
I wanted to go hot air ballooning because I own a couple hot air balloons.
Do
and
you
I
really?
couldn't. Yes, I do. I used to do it professionally at one time. Anyway, I couldn't set up a crew in time for the weekend, so I decided, well, let's go to Palm Springs. She says she's never been there before. It hasn't been there in a long time, that is. And so we took a trip up to Tramway. On the way up there, though, we stopped to get some coffee. And we're sitting in the booth there talking about some rather intimate subjects. And the people next to us were really listening into this, so it must have been a really good subject. But they were staring at us, and we started giggling and laughing because we saw that they were looking toward us. Kind of lowered our voices a little bit.
That's when you told me about your nude sunbathing.
Hey, Cheryl, let me ask you, now that you brought it up, would you do that?
Would I go nude sunbathing?
Would you do that? Yeah.
Well, you see, I'm very fair complected, so
Oh.
I might get sunburned.
Well, if you darken up, would you do it?
Probably.
Would you? Yeah, that's kind of interesting. All right, what happened next?
Anyway, on our way to the Tramway, we had a good time up there and had lunch up there. And on the way back down, I asked her if she wanted to go for a couple of drinks. She said, sure. So we stopped in one of the hotels and had a couple of margaritas. And we were in the lounge bar itself. Everybody else was outside having fun by the pool and catching some sun, which I felt very envious about. And she said she needed to go to the girls' room. I said, sure. She said she'd be back with the keys to the room.
No, that's not how it happened.
How'd it go? How'd it go, Cheryl?
Well, you see, he tried to move his leg. He says, oh, no, my leg fell asleep.
Yeah?
And I said, well, if you really need to sleep, maybe I ought to go get a key to a room. He says, fine. But everybody else in the whole lounge heard it, too.
Oh. Okay, so you go back. How'd the date end?
So on the way back, she looks my direction, and I'm kind of rather pensive look, and she asked me what I was thinking about. And I said, I was wishing the day wasn't over. And she said, who says it has to be? And I said, So I asked her if she wanted to do some flying, and she says, sure.
You went up, obviously.
Absolutely. It was
Yeah.
exciting.
Was it fun?
It was a little smoggier than what I wanted, but it was really nice. And, well, we flew around over Disneyland and Knott's Berry Farm and over his apartment, and it was great until we ran out of sunlight. It got dark.
I told her I didn't have any problems finding my way around in the dark.
Yeah.
That's when we both did it.
How did it end? How did the date end?
Well, it ended, we parked next to her car, and she looked my direction and asked if she could kiss me. And I said, yeah. And she said she could tell a lot by the way a man kisses. And that's about the time we started snuggling and kissing, and my window started steaming up. In my little car.
Is that it, Cheryl?
I beg your pardon?
Is that it? Is that how it ended?
Well, yes, I think that's about it.
That's the way it was. All right. Sounds like you two really enjoyed each
We
other.
had a good time.
Yeah, let's take a look and see what the audience picked for you. Be kind of interesting. And the audience picked Cheryl. All right. So you're in sync for that. Go ahead. So we'd like to pick up the tab for your second date. If you'd like to see Cheryl again, would you like to see her again?
I couldn't think of nothing better if she'd like to do that.
All right, Cheryl, how about you, honey?
Sure, why not?
Well, come on out here and join us on stage, okay? Come on over here and sit down. We can get the lipstick off your entire face later. I've never seen so much lipstick on a man's face. She nailed you, boy. She's a nice lady. You seem like a very nice man. We have some nice presents. Speaking of nice gift for both of you. I want to thank you very much for coming on Love Connection and sharing your date
It was
with
our
us.
pleasure.
It was.
Oh, we had a good time. We're going to come right back with another couple in just a minute. Stay with us.
J.D. Power has ranked Nissan #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands. And to celebrate, you can now get in one of these award-winning SUVs with 0% APR for 60 months. The all-new turbocharged Nissan Murano, the rugged Nissan Pathfinder, and the best-selling Nissan Rogue. Visit Nissan today and drive away in an award-winning SUV.
Now get 0% APR financing for 60 months on the 2025 Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, or Murano.
Compliments of the chef.
Oh?
He was so glad that he had emergency roadside service with Geico. And since they saved his bacon, he presents to you a bacon tart flambe.
Now we're talking.
Yes, we are.
Get more savings in service. Get more with Geico.
I gotta tell you, you look beautiful tonight. To great taste. I love you so much.
Fresh food for her? No fillers, no weird smells, just gently cooked goodness. Gently Cooked is made with fresh meat and real veggies. So fresh it could be dinner. The date's questionable, but never are Gently Cooked.
Belega socks are built for performance. No slips, no blisters, no distractions. With Dynamics moisture-wicking yarn, Belega socks have superior cushioning, creating comfort that moves with you every step of the way. Belega, feel the difference.
Enjoy your new Serta.
Thanks.
A Serta? Does this mean you won't count us anymore?
One, come up here.
Feel that zoned comfort and support.
Never.
I'd like to try.
Yeah, me too.
Hey guys, this is unprofessional.
Experience zoned comfort designed to support your back and body.
I forgot to get
Happy now, mattress man?
Serta, we make the world's best mattress.
We're back, and it's time to meet another man who chose a date from our video library. He's from New York. He has 5 children, and he'd like to experience new and different things. Please welcome Louis Fuchs. Hey, Louis. How are you?
Fine, how are you?
Down here. Louis, sit a little closer, Louis. I feel like you're over there in the back 40. What,
Well, it's too wet to plow.
What kind of new and different things would you like to experience?
Well, basically, things I haven't tried before. Things
For
like,
instance?
Skydiving, rafting.
Horseback riding?
No, that I've tried
That you
before.
did.
That's tame.
Did you like it?
That's, yeah, it's okay. I didn't like the horse, but the ride. No, but it really would be really nice if I could find a nice woman to accompany me on these things.
Well, now, what kind of physical attributes do you like in a woman?
That really doesn't matter to me. What really matters to me is openness and honesty in a woman.
Really? How nice. Good. You can applaud that. I think that's very nice. In fact, that little key bit of information shows us an awful lot about you, and we're going to show you a portion of tapes that Louis saw. Now, pay close attention because you're going to get to vote again, okay? First, there was Fern. Now, she likes to laugh and have fun, and here's how she feels about money.
I think the true wealthy people of the world are the couples that really love one another and get along well and are truly happy. I think that's more important than money. I wouldn't go looking for a bald, fat, cigar-smoking man. But I think with conversation, if there was a connection, I don't see why not.
Next, he saw Janet, and she was raised in Massachusetts. She's been separated for 2 years, and she likes men who are talkative.
The ones that I find are talkative because I talk to them, so they have to talk back. I'm very outgoing, and I'm very happy most of the time, and that kind of comes across in shows, and I guess that's kind of contagious in a sense.
And finally, you watch Diane. Now, she's from Canada, likes to play Scrabble, and she tells us about her last marriage.
Well, we were friends for about 6 years, very good friends, and then we lived together for about almost a year. And that was bliss, sheer bliss. The minute we were married, it turned sour.
Okay, now, before we find out who Louis chose as his date, let's see all 3 women once again, okay? First, there was Fern. Now, she's a 39-year-old bookkeeper. Then there was Janet. She's a fashion designer, and she's 40. And finally, Diane. She's 49 and works as a release planner. Okay, audience, it's time to vote again. Now, who do you think is the best lady for Louis? Here in the studio and at home, please make your choice right now, okay? We're going to find out who the audience chose in just a little while, but first, let's find out who Louis chose. Louis, who'd you pick?
I picked Fern.
You picked Fern. Okay. Seems like maybe the majority rules here before we find out why. On Love Connections, we always hear both sides of the date, and Fern's backstage, so let's welcome Fern Cohen. Hi, Fern.
Hi, Chuck. How are you?
Fern, I'm going to get back to you in just a minute. Let me talk to Louis for a minute. Now tell me why you picked her, okay?
Well, she seemed very lively, and it seemed to me that of the 3, we'd have the most in common, and that I'd have the best time going out with her.
Did you have a lot in common?
Yes, I think we really did.
Good. Good. Let me get Fern's impression here. Fern, now again, this is your blind date, kind of.
Yeah.
What was your first impression of Louis?
Well, it was a disadvantage because Louis had seen my tape, and he had read the questionnaire that I had written with one of the comments that I really wish he didn't read.
Which one was that?
The question was, what do you do on a first date? And on a lark, I put down, I usually wear clean underwear. And then I crossed it out and said, no, I don't. And then I said, no, I don't mean I don't wear clean underwear. And then I said, just never mind.
Thank you for sharing that with us. So now, what was your first impression?
I was very surprised. You have to remember, it was 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't usually wake up till noon. And Lou came to the door, and I was surprised. He's a very nice-looking man.
Good. Okay. Louis, how'd it go?
Well, I had decided to go to Catalina for the day since I had never been there.
Down on the boat? You've never done it? So new and different thing.
Yeah, that's
right,
new and different thing. I had been on boats, but not on that one. And I kind of wish I hadn't been on that one. I got seasick on the way over.
You did?
Oh, my, did I.
Diane, how did you feel when Louis got sick? Did the mother instinct come out in you, or did you just kind of go, oh, my gosh?
Well, like the Girl Scouts or the Boy Scouts, I guess I was prepared because I had taken some Dramamine the night before and in the morning, and I gave Lou some Dramamine, but it didn't help. And like the tide going out, which I think he wished would have happened, I just watched the color just drain from his face.
Okay.
The drain is right.
Now, what happened next?
Well, we did the tourist things, took a couple of tours.
It's wonderful
had
over there,
to
isn't
eat. It is. Yes, it is. Really, it's a beautiful place, nice, fresh air.
Did you hike or anything like that? Or did you just eat and kind of walk around and see the ballroom, or what?
Well, we didn't do too much. We did a lot of bus riding.
Oh,
we took the bus tours.
Good.
I believe the minimal amount of exercise is the best amount of exercise.
Did you have a good time over there, Fern?
Yes, I did. I really
Good.
did.
Now, you get on the boat, you come back. How did your date end?
Had dinner, and then I realized that it had been a real long day.
Tired.
Yes, I think I may have planned a little bit too much for the first day. So, drove her home, kissed her goodnight, and really wished that the date hadn't ended when it did, but knowing that we were both so tired, let it
Very
stay.
nice. All right, Louis. Good. Let's take a look and see who the audience picked for you. I'm kind of interested to see now. Fern. 62%. Yeah.
Shows how intelligent they are.
Well, I'm sure, Louis, that you probably want to try Catalina again, but we'll be happy to pick up the tab on your second date if you'd like to take Fern out again.
I really would.
Would you like to do that? Fern, are you up for that?
I'll give it another try.
Atta girl, okay. Come on out, Fern. Come on over and sit down here. I want to thank both of you for being on Love Connection and sharing your date with us and your trip to Catalina. What do you think you'll do on your next date?
I don't know. I haven't.
Something new and different? Ballooning, scuba diving?
No, after having an over 10-hour date, this is probably going to be hello, we'll take a walk, we'll have a bite to eat, and good night.
Okay.
That would be new and different for me.
That's good for you. You're delightful. And we're going to come right back with just another couple in just a minute. Just watch. Chose a date from our video library. She's been single for 6 years, and she says that her parents told her not to get married. And they were right. Please welcome Laura DeStories. Hi, Laura. How are you? Single 6 years. My goodness, you must have married very, very young.
At 16.
At 16?
Yes.
My goodness. And your parents were right, huh?
Very right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just think because of age, or you think it'd be
it had to
different
be
now?
because I was so young. I didn't really know what I was doing at 16. You don't know what marriage and relationships are really all about.
If you were able to start that relationship over right now, do you think it would work?
Oh, no.
Oh.
It was just the wrong person,
Oh, I
too.
see. Okay. Well, now, do you like being single?
Yes.
You've been single for 6
There's
years?
some good things about single.
What are the
being
good
single.
things?
It can be a lot of fun. You meet a lot of interesting people, men in general. You learn a lot about yourself through dating.
What have you learned about yourself that's most important up to this point?
That I'm a good person through dating.
Well, that's nice.
I'm very considerate.
Good.
I think that's important.
Yeah. You say that you meet most of your dates through work now. How's that?
I work a lot of hours. I'm a salesman, a saleswoman, and
What do you sell?
beer.
I picture a beer salesman carrying around a bag of pretzels and
So do my
watching the ball
customers.
game and stuff.
So do my customers. They're
You
always
do
very
not
surprised
look like a
when they
beer
first meet me.
salesman at all.
No, most of them guts out to here, and they wear funny little hats. And
So you find yourself in social situations because of this, and
yes,
you kind of mix pleasure with work, and it works out.
oh yes.
Good. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Now that we know a little about you, let's take a look at the men that Laura had to choose from. Now, watch closely because you're going to get to vote again, okay? First, there was David. He's from Connecticut. He says he's imaginative, inquisitive, and energetic, and he likes to live for the moment.
I like to live life to the fullest, and I'm not really wrapped up in any race for success. To me, success is being able to do every day what you would do tomorrow if a doctor told you you had a year to live.
Next, there was Alan. Now, Alan describes himself as a young, handsome, and ambitious, and as an accountant, he likes a return on his investment.
I don't mind, taking, a lady out and paying for a dinner or even paying for the second one, but I think it's nice that if I'm going to continue on a relationship, that the girl is going to do something for me.
And finally, you watch Brian. Now, Brian likes women who look innocent but know their way around. One time, he had a problem with a pair of twins. It went something like this.
So they switched, so I went out with Stacy. I found out that they were twins. I says, I think your sister's really just a stuck-up, rotten, no good for nothing. And it was Stacy I was saying this to. I wound up with my dinner in my lap and a drink over my head. Twins, never again.
Okay. Before we find out who Laura chose as her date, let's see all three of these gentlemen again. Now, first there was David. He's a convention coordinator, and he's 27. Then Alan, he's a 28-year-old accountant. And finally, Brian, he's 26, and he's a musician. Okay, audience, it's time to vote again. Who do you think is the best man for Laura? Make your choice now. Okay, now the audience has made its choice, but we're out of time, so we're going to have to wait till tomorrow to meet the man that Laura selected and find out what happened on their date. Can you come back tomorrow?
Certainly, I'd love to.
All right, sweetie pie, you come back. You can tell us everything. That's our show for today. This is Chuck Woolery, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everybody.
Some guest on Love Connection will receive one of the following. Jovan Musk. Drop for drop, Jovan Musk has brought together more men and women than any other fragrance in history. Try it today and see for yourself. Jovan Musk. Or a tote bag from Pan American World Airways. Across the country and around the world, serving 6 continents, 47 countries, and over 110 cities. Pan Am, you can't beat the experience. Or Uline Combo 19 Ice Maker with 2.1 cubic foot refrigerator. May produce 22 pounds of ice cubes daily, using minimum energy. No drain needed. Or a versatile, full-valued 106-channel public service scanner radio. Scan for the action with Regency. This is Rod Roddy, speaking for Love Connection.